In the bustling city of 2025, where neon lights painted the night and crowds moved like rivers, Scarlett stood out, not just for her fiery red hair, but for her bold red hoodie, a splash of color that made her instantly recognizable in the sea of city dwellers. Her hoodie, a cherished gift from her grandmother, made her feel unstoppable, like she could take on anything the city threw her way. Scarlett loved her city's energy and its endless possibilities, both on the vibrant streets and in the ever-expanding digital world. Every day brought new adventures, new faces, and new challenges. She was tech-savvy, always connected, and navigated the digital world as skillfully as the real one. Whether she was chatting with friends or exploring virtual spaces, Scarlett felt at home. Her grandmother, living across town, preferred quiet and simplicity, a gentle contrast to Scarlett's fast-paced life. She found comfort in small routines and peaceful moments. This week, Grandma was unwell, so Scarlett's mom asked her to deliver a bag of soup, fresh bread, and a new tablet to help her stay connected. Scarlett zipped up her hoodie, checked her phone for the fastest SkyTrain route, and hugged her mom goodbye, feeling a mix of excitement and responsibility. Be smart, Scarlett. The city is big, and not everyone is as nice as they seem, her mom warned, her voice gentle but firm, eyes full of concern. Scarlett nodded, ready for her journey, confident, prepared, and determined to help her grandma, no matter what surprises the city might hold. On the SkyTrain, Scarlett scrolled through her favorite social media app, her eyes flickering between the passing cityscape and the glowing screen in her hand. It felt like wandering through a digital forest, an endless maze of stories, photos, and strangers, each profile a tree with its own secrets and surprises. Scarlett usually stuck to familiar paths, following friends and family, liking their posts and sharing inside jokes. But curiosity always tugged at her, tempting her to explore new trails and unknown faces. One day, a message popped up from a new profile, someone called Wolf, whose profile picture was both charming and mysterious. His photos showed adventure and kindness, smiling selfies on mountaintops, friendly captions, and snapshots with dogs and friends. His words were warm, friendly, and flattering, making Scarlett smile. Scarlett felt a flutter of excitement, a mix of curiosity and caution, but she remembered her mother's warning about strangers online and the importance of staying safe. Wolf asked about her interests, complimented her photos, and seemed genuinely interested in her thoughts and hobbies, always quick with a kind word or thoughtful question. Scarlett replied but kept her answers short and never shared personal details, choosing her words carefully and never letting her guard down. She enjoyed the conversation, laughing at his jokes and feeling a sense of connection, but she stayed alert, never straying too far from the safe, well-lit paths she knew. In the digital forest, Scarlett was careful not to reveal her location or trust too quickly, always remembering that even the friendliest faces could hide behind a mask. Days passed, and Wolf's messages became a highlight for Scarlett. He was funny, attentive, and never pushed for more than she offered. But one afternoon he asked, "Where does your grandma live? Maybe I could send her flowers." The question seemed innocent, but Scarlett hesitated. Instead of giving an address, she suggested, "Send them to the Oak Street Center near her place." There was no Oak Street Center. It was a test. Wolf replied instantly, claiming he knew the place and would send flowers right away. Scarlett's suspicion was confirmed. He was lying. The charming mask slipped, and she saw the danger behind the friendly words. She realized the digital forest could hide real threats, and she was glad she'd trusted her instincts. With her delivery bag in hand, Scarlett felt a surge of determination. She reviewed Wolf's profile and their messages, taking screenshots as evidence. Then she blocked him, cutting off the connection with a single tap. Scarlett shared what happened with her parents, sending them the screenshots. Their quick, supportive replies made her feel strong and safe. As she stepped off the train, sunlight warmed her face. She'd faced a modern wolf, not with fangs, but with lies and charm. Scarlett had outsmarted him, using her wits and technology to protect herself. She walked the last blocks to her grandma's, head held high, her red hoodie brighter than ever. Scarlett arrived at her grandma's, welcomed by a warm hug that seemed to melt away the worries of her day. The familiar creak of the front door and the gentle squeeze of her grandmother's arms reminded her how much these visits meant. The scent of tea drifted through the cozy living room, promising comfort and conversation. Scarlett set up the new tablet, patiently showing Grandma how to read digital books, browse family photos, and video call loved ones far away. Each tap and swipe brought a new spark of curiosity to her grandmother's eyes. Over steaming mugs, Scarlett shared her recent online experience, the clever test she'd encountered, the exposed lie that could have fooled her, and how she stayed safe by trusting her instincts and thinking things through before reacting. Grandma squeezed her hand, her eyes shining with pride at her granddaughter's wisdom and courage in a world that can sometimes be confusing. "You saw the truth, not just the mask," Grandma said with a warm, reassuring smile, her voice full of love and admiration. Scarlett realized her strength wasn't just in her favorite red hoodie or her growing tech skills, but in her instincts, her honesty, and her willingness to learn and share. Leaving later that evening, Scarlett felt peaceful, empowered, and deeply connected to her family. She'd brought more than soup and books. She'd brought her own resilience and a story that could help others. The city lights welcomed her home, twinkling with new possibilities and adventures. Scarlett knew she'd keep exploring, wiser, braver, and more connected than ever before.